Hello, Roger Gallegos, founder and owner of Beacon Marketing. Hope you're having a great day. I am checking in on you from the home office as usual. Today's topic that I wanted to speak to you about is word of mouth, particularly how it impacts your marketing. Now, to be clear, I'm not talking about word of mouth marketing. I want to draw a distinction between those two concepts. One is word of mouth, and that's the positive messaging, sometimes negative, but in this case, in this instance, I'm using it as a positive. The good referrals and reputation that you have in your community, in your industry, in your market, and the referrals that you get from that versus the word of mouth marketing. And the word of mouth marketing is how you amplify that, the things, the actions that you take in your marketing efforts to amplify that. It's a fine distinction, but it's this distinction nonetheless, because the word of mouth in and of itself, that it has a kind of a mind and a body of its own. It sort of goes, follows its own path, and it's like a wildfire of sorts. It spreads, and sometimes it goes down and then it spreads again. Where the word of mouth marketing, you're really in control of it, and that's really what I wanted to speak about in that, is that two concepts. Because one of the things that and objections that I hear about consistently when I'm out meeting with people, and on a networking events, or even if I have a sit down consultation with somebody, they always say, well, you know what, Roger, I get good referrals. My business is built on referrals. I have really good word of mouth, and I don't think I need to market myself. And I kind of internally, I don't ever want to impugn someone or dissuade them in feeling that their word of mouth is not positive. But the thing with just that type of thinking is very limited, and let me tell you why. Is that word of mouth can only take you so far if that's all you're using. Because if you look at it, there's a limited amount of resources, limited amount of people in your area, in your community, that are available in your market. Furthermore, there's an even smaller amount that will actually speak on your benefit consistently, and then an even smaller amount that will act on those positive words. Even though word of mouth can be very positive, it does have its limitations. And the way I like to see it, it is great to build your business. I'm not knocking that. My first year in business was largely built on word of mouth. I got referrals. I got new clients because I existed in my first year of business. So I in no way am dissuading or trying to bash that concept of using positive referrals or allowing that to go on its own course. The problem is, and I experienced this myself, is while you're doing that and while you're using that and you're getting the business, it will dry up, or you'll see a hiccup, and you're like, oh, wow. And you see the limitations then, because all it takes is 1 or 2 months of those referrals to slow down, or even a new entrant to come into the market and take a little bit of the market share, and you're seriously hurting. So in order to prevent that, in order to stand up against that potential possibility, you need to find ways to amplify your word of mouth, and that could be any numerous marketing tactics. That could be recording those reviews. If you know somebody, if you have a good relationship and they're a repeat customer, ask them to sit down and record a video, put it on YouTube so you could embed it on your website, so you can send it out on emails, send those testimonials out in an email campaign. Speaking of emails, you could put these emails on your website, you could share them on social media, you could do all these things to amplify that. And in my opinion, that should just be an aspect of your total marketing strategy. Is word of mouth can be a strategy in and of itself, but in my opinion, it should be part of a well-rounded strategy where you're using those good referrals as part of a larger strategy to teach your community and your market about your business and how you could help them solve a pain point. That is the biggest key, and that's the thing you want to do with marketing, is and teach people. And that word of mouth and those positive referrals should be an aspect of that teaching. So find ways to use that word of mouth, and don't just rely on that, because it's a sad thing when I see a business who's doing really well, and then all of a sudden they're struggling. And I would venture to guess that those positive vibes and those positive referrals started dwindling, particularly when there is another competitor that enters the market and starts taking some of that market share. And it's a sad thing to see, but it does happen eventually. So you want to find ways to amplify that word of mouth, and it could be through email marketing, social media, your website, and in various forms. Whether it's just taking the referral as is, asking them to do a video, doing any number of things. You can put it in a graphic. There are a ton of things you could do, and if you need help with that, contact Beacon Marketing, contact myself, leave a comment, reach out to. We'll be more than happy to help you find the best way to use your good referrals in your marketing plan, as well as create something that works completely. So that's it today. It's a little shorter video than normal, but this is just a quick, not as in-depth look, but it's something that's important thing to talk about, that you just need more than that word of mouth. I put a blog on Beacon Marketing's website, so please check that out if you get a chance, and send me any feedback, send me your thoughts and any questions or even ideas for using a positive word of mouth that I may not have mentioned, things that you either done yourself or you see and you wonder, how would I do that? I'd love to hear from you. Again, Roger Geiges from Beacon Marketing. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your day with me. Have a great day. I'll be back next week. Bye.